Dr. Neil Payne.
And I'm Tom Willis.
And this is All Things Confederate. Tom, what have you got been going on at the SLRC this week or last week?
Well, a lot of local action has been going on over the last couple of weeks. About a month ago, there was a group of Confederate supporters in the town of Waynesville in Haywood County near us who had reported that the local county commissioners had, under the radar, stated a policy to remove a small memorial Confederate flag from in front of the UDC-placed Confederate Veterans Monument. And
where was the monument located?
The monument's located on the lawn of the courthouse in Waynesville in Haywood County. And for a while, people thought that the flags had been being removed just by tourists wanting to have one. And then one day, one of the people who'd been placing the flags noticed a county worker had removed one. And they asked them...
and who was placing the flags?
A lot of local camp members, just like I say, Confederate compatriots and whatnot, who were wanting to honor their ancestors there at the memorial.
So this is a Confederate monument. And what size was the flag that they were putting in front of it?
They're the small, probably 8 by 5 by 8, or typical memorial flags. Postcard size. And but like I say, they'd been noticing that they'd been disappearing as almost as quickly as they placed them. And then one day, this individual saw a county employee pluck one up, and he says, "Well, what are you doing?" And the response was, "Well, I've been told by the county commissioners to remove these." So the strange thing is, or the interesting thing rather, is that there are about 5 other war memorials located there. And around the courthouse for all of the different foreign wars that U.S. soldiers have been involved in, and each of them was adorned with a U.S. flag. Another small, the same type of policy.
Kind of like ones we decorate graves with.
Right. And but it came out that there was a local lawyer who had sent an email to the county commission, to the county manager, and said that he felt like the flag was offensive and that it would probably be offensive to tourists. And so actually wanted to know, was it the county commissioner's policy to support the flying of the flag on government property? And they said...
Who is this attorney?
He lives in actually the next county over, but his office is there in Waynesville.
Oh, so he doesn't even live in that county.
Right.
There's so much to say about what goes on in the county.
So anyway, when the word got out that they had, without a vote, without a dialogue with the community, just decided to establish the policy of no Confederate flags, the local supporters in the area decided to post a vigil. And myself and my wife and a couple of our kids and H.K. Edgerton went out in support. And probably about 5 different days before the county commission actually finally held a hearing on the matter. And we really had a lot of support from people passing by, people coming by and wanting to know what we were talking about. And, even some people thanked us for the fact that having heard our dialogue, their impression of the flag was even changed. But the county's policy anyway was to remove actually all flags in front of all the monuments. That pretty much put a moratorium on the whole thing, as they didn't have a policy for placing anything on county property. And at the meeting, they heard from a lot of the different people who were there at the vigil, and some of the local, such as the local commander of the SEV camp there, talking about the flags. And their position was, well, we're going to have to look at this a little bit more, But in the meantime, we really feel like we just need to remove all flags, all references to in terms of the county property until they come up with an equitable solution for everyone. And so the response has been by local flaggers is to continue to post a vigil until such a time. But the feeling is that what they will do is, with the exception of government approved, which would be found under a North Carolina standard ordinance of what is a government sanctioned flag, everything else will basically be banned unless it's particularly placed by the county. And that means probably no POW MIA flags. There actually are festivals that are held there on the ground, one most notably called the Folk Moot, where they have all flags from all over the world are posted there when that music festival is going on. And certainly under this policy, all of those will be banned as well. And so in order to hide the Confederate flag from view, the county commissioners apparently are going to cause everyone else to suffer. And so, but people are continuing to stand on the corner in solidarity for that little flag. There's been quite a few big flags that have been out there, and like I say, the support from the people of Waynesville has been really positive. HK actually has been fed on several occasions by local business people who brought him over a meal when he's been standing there dutifully by himself. But more and more people are coming out to support the vigil. And,
well, it sounds like that's what needs to happen. It's just it's a political situation, and I think the more that the people's voice is heard in the matter, people make their desires known and put politicians' careers on the line. And I think that that's what it's going to take in order to increase diversity around here and allow the Confederate flag to be part of that diversity. It's amazing, in the name of tolerance and diversity, how things shrink. Expression shrinks. Nothing's tolerated except an official state line. And I applaud the people that are flagging. We certainly appreciate our friend HK for being out there and showing the flag in the face of tolerance and intolerance and bigotry in that county. What else has been going on?
Well, because of this action that's taken place, people have been wanting to know when and where to show up. And so an organization, a grassroots organization, has been formed called the WNC Flaggers, much like the East Tennessee Flaggers and the Virginia Flaggers. I'm starting to get a web presence out so that people can just keep track of what's going on and show up when something like this occurs. And there's been a lot of support in similar ways with the groups supporting the Reedsville Monument, where there has been slow response by the court system. The people have been getting out in droves to showing their dislike for the way that our Confederate heritage is being treated in the eastern portion of the state. And so the WNC Flaggers group is up and growing. It can be found on Facebook and its own website at wncflaggers.org. I think we're going to be seeing more and more pro-Confederate, pro-free speech grassroots initiatives like this popping up all over the place as more and more of our freedoms are being squelched in the name of political correctness. Another thing is that on October 1st, the SLRC will be hosting an awards banquet and a ball is if we can get enough people together in October the 1st to honor some of our heritage fighters, Father Alistair and Marilyn Warren, and Jamie Funkhauser, who's been greatly involved in the Reedsville Monument Vigil. But also, H.K. Edgerton is going to be kicking off his 10-year anniversary of the March Across Dixie. And so we're hoping to be able to generate some support for him as well, and kind of have a good hometown send-off for him. So we want everybody that's able to attend to contact us and let us know if you want to come to the banquet. be located in Old Fort, just down the mountain from our office in Black Mountain, North Carolina, and on October 1st.
Okay, we'll put that on your calendars. Well, Tom, thank you so much for bringing us up to date about that situation. I would encourage everyone that watches this video to get in touch with the county commissioners and let them know how disgusted you are with any kind of policy that would limit free speech and the right of Southerners to express pride in their heritage. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
All right.